Why are there not more people talking about the rise and fall of empires? History whispers tales of magnificent empires, their grandeur etched into the very fabric of time. These empires, with their towering structures and vast territories, were once the epitome of human achievement and ambition. They rose from the dust, built by the hands of countless individuals, each contributing to the legacy that would be remembered for millennia. These giants once strode across the world, leaving their mark on continents and cultures. From the bustling streets of ancient cities to the serene landscapes of their hinterlands, every corner of their realms bore the imprint of their influence. They were not just political entities, but cultural beacons, spreading their art, language, and ideas far and wide, yet none escaped the relentless march of time. The very forces that propelled them to greatness also sowed the seeds of their decline. Natural disasters, internal strife, and external invasions chipped away at their foundations, leading to their eventual downfall. The ruins we see today are silent witnesses to their once mighty presence. From the sun-drenched sands of ancient Egypt to the sprawling Roman Empire, each met its twilight. The pyramids standing tall against the desert sky and the Colosseum echoing with the ghosts of gladiators remind us of the impermanence of even the grandest achievements. These structures, though weathered by time, continue to inspire awe and wonder. Their stories, though separated by centuries, echo with similar themes of ambition, power, and ultimately decline. The rise and fall of these empires are not just tales of conquest and loss, but also of human resilience and ingenuity. They teach us about the cyclical nature of history, where every ascent is followed by a descent, and every fall paves the way for a new beginning. These empires rose from humble beginnings, small settlements grew into bustling cities, and local chieftains became powerful rulers. The journey from obscurity to prominence was marked by countless challenges and triumphs, each step forward driven by the collective will of their people. They built their might through conquest, innovation, and the sheer force of will. Military campaigns expanded their territories, while innovations in technology and governance solidified their control. Leaders, both revered and feared, rallied their troops and inspired their citizens, forging a sense of unity and purpose. They commanded vast armies, amassed immense wealth, and shaped the very fabric of civilization. Their influence extended beyond their borders, affecting trade routes, cultural exchanges, and even the daily lives of people in distant lands. The treasures they accumulated and the monuments they built stand as testaments to their power and vision. But their dominance, like all things, proved transient. The very forces that once united them began to pull them apart. Economic troubles, political corruption, and social unrest eroded their strength, leading to their eventual collapse. The remnants of their once great cities now lie in ruins, a poignant reminder of the impermanence of human endeavors. The rise and fall of empires offer profound lessons for the present and the future. They remind us of the importance of adaptability, resilience, and foresight. In today's rapidly changing world, these lessons are more relevant than ever. By studying the past, we can better navigate the challenges of the present and build a more sustainable future. They remind us that power is fleeting and that even the mightiest can stumble and fall. The stories of these empires serve as cautionary tales, urging us to remain vigilant and humble. They teach us that true greatness lies not in the accumulation of power, but in the wisdom to use it wisely and the humility to recognize its limits. By understanding the forces that shape their destinies, we gain valuable insights into the dynamics of our own world. The patterns of rise and fall, of growth and decay, are not confined to the past. They continue to play out in our societies, economies, and political systems. By learning from history, we can better anticipate and respond to the challenges of our time. Join me, fellow travelers in time, as we delve into the annals of history. Together, we will uncover the stories of these great empires, exploring their triumphs and tragedies, their innovations and mistakes. We will walk through the ruins they left behind, piecing together the fragments of their legacy. Together, we will explore the captivating saga of superpowers, their ascent to greatness, and their inevitable descent into the sands of time. Through this journey, we will gain a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our world and the timeless lessons that history has to offer. Let us embark on this adventure, guided by the whispers of time and the echoes of empires past. What elevates a nation to the status of a superpower? Is it sheer size, population, or perhaps the natural resources at its disposal? Or is it something more nuanced, a combination of various elements that together create an unstoppable force on the global stage? How do these titans of history manage to bend the world to their will? What secret formula do they possess that allows them to exert such influence and control over vast territories and diverse populations? The answer lies in a potent trifecta: economic dominance, military might, and cultural influence. These three pillars form the foundation upon which superpowers are built, each reinforcing the other in a symbiotic relationship that propels a nation to the pinnacle of global power. First, economic prowess forms the bedrock of any superpower. A robust economy provides the resources necessary for a nation to sustain its ambitions, whether through trade, industry, or innovation. It is the engine that drives growth and prosperity, enabling a country to invest in its future and expand its influence. Wealth fuels ambition, enabling nations to fund vast armies, spearhead technological advancements, and project their influence across continents. With a strong economy, a nation can afford to build the infrastructure and institutions that support its power, from roads and bridges to schools and hospitals. Think of the Roman Empire, its coffers overflowing with gold from conquered lands, financing its legions and grand infrastructure projects. The wealth accumulated through conquest and trade allowed Rome to build an empire that spanned 3 continents, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. Or consider the British Empire, its economic engine driven by the Industrial Revolution, propelling its ships across the globe. The innovations of the 18th and 19th centuries transformed Britain into the world's workshop, producing goods that were traded far and wide and generating the wealth that fueled its imperial ambitions. Second, military power acts as the iron fist, enforcing a superpower's will and safeguarding its interests. A formidable military not only deters potential adversaries but also projects power, allowing a nation to influence events far beyond its borders. Rome's legions, renowned for their discipline and effectiveness, crushed rebellions and expanded the empire's frontiers. The Roman military machine was a key instrument of its power, enabling it to maintain control over a vast and diverse empire. Similarly, the British Empire's formidable navy, ruling the waves, secured trade routes and projected power across distant shores. The Royal Navy was the backbone of British imperial power, ensuring that its interests were protected and its influence felt around the world. Finally, cultural influence acts as a subtle but pervasive force. While economic and military power can compel compliance, cultural influence wins hearts and minds, shaping the values and beliefs of people far and wide. Superpowers don't just impose their will, they shape the world in their image. Through language, art, religion, and customs, they leave an indelible mark on the cultures they touch, creating a legacy that endures long after their political power has waned. Roman law, language, and architecture left an indelible mark on Western civilization. The principles of Roman law continue to influence legal systems around the world, while Latin, the language of Rome, became the foundation for many modern languages. The British Empire spread its language, customs, and institutions far and wide, influencing the development of nations across the globe. English, the language of the British Empire, is now a global lingua franca spoken by millions and serving as a bridge between cultures. Understanding these pillars of power is crucial to comprehending the dynamics of global dominance. By examining the interplay of economic, military, and cultural forces, we can gain insight into how superpowers rise and fall and how they shape the world in their image. Let us now turn our attention to specific examples, starting with the awe-inspiring rise of the Roman Republic. From its humble beginnings as a small city-state to its transformation into a dominant power, the story of Rome offers valuable lessons on the nature of power and the forces that drive it. The story of Rome's rise is a testament to human ambition, resilience, and the enduring power of a collective spirit. It is a saga that spans centuries, filled with tales of legendary heroes, epic battles, and transformative political innovations. The journey from a modest settlement to a sprawling empire is one of the most remarkable narratives in human history. From humble origins as a small city-state in central Italy, Rome embarked on an improbable journey to become the dominant force in the Mediterranean world. Initially, it was just one of many small communities in the region, but through a combination of strategic location, resourcefulness, and sheer determination, it began to stand out. The early Romans were farmers and shepherds, living simple lives, but they possessed a fierce sense of independence and a strong communal bond. Rome's early success stemmed from a potent combination of military prowess and astute diplomacy. The Romans were not only skilled warriors, but also shrewd negotiators. They understood the importance of forming alliances and often used diplomacy to avoid unnecessary conflicts. This dual approach allowed them to expand their influence without overextending their resources. Its legions, composed of disciplined citizen soldiers, proved unmatched on the battlefield. These soldiers were not just fighters, they were also builders, engineers, and administrators. The Roman military was a well-oiled machine, capable of both constructing infrastructure and waging war. Their rigorous training and strict discipline made them a formidable force, feared by their enemies and respected by their allies. Roman generals, renowned for their tactical acumen, conquered neighboring tribes and expanded the Republic's territories. Leaders like Scipio Africanus and Julius Caesar became legends, their names synonymous with military genius. These generals were not only tacticians but also strategists who understood the broader implications of their campaigns. Their victories brought wealth and slaves to Rome, fueling its economy and furthering its expansion. However, Rome's rise wasn't solely based on brute force. The political and social structures of Rome played a crucial role in its ascent. The Roman Senate, a body of lifelong legislators, provided stability and continuity. The concept of citizenship, which evolved over time, allowed Rome to integrate diverse peoples into its system, creating a sense of shared identity and purpose. The Romans understood that true power lay in forging alliances and incorporating conquered peoples into their fold. They were masters of assimilation, often adopting the best practices and technologies of those they conquered. This pragmatic approach not only strengthened their own society, but also made their rule more acceptable to the subjugated populations. The construction of roads, aqueducts, and other infrastructure projects facilitated trade and communication, further binding the empire together. They offered citizenship and a stake in the Republic's success, fostering loyalty and expanding their power base. This policy of inclusion was revolutionary for its time and created a sense of unity among the diverse cultures within the empire. Roman citizenship became a coveted status, symbolizing a connection to the power and prestige of Rome itself. Fueled by territorial expansion and a growing economy, Rome transformed from a regional power into a dominant force. The wealth generated from its vast territories allowed for monumental building projects such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon, which showcased the grandeur of Roman engineering and architecture. Trade flourished, bringing goods from the far corners of the known world into the heart of the empire. It vanquished its rivals, including the powerful Carthaginian Empire, and established control over the entire Mediterranean basin. The Punic Wars, a series of conflicts with Carthage, were particularly significant. These wars tested Rome's resilience and determination, ultimately leading to its dominance over the western Mediterranean. The destruction of Carthage was a turning point, marking Rome's emergence as the preeminent power in the region. By the 1st century BC, the Roman Republic stood at the zenith of its power, its influence stretching from the Iberian Peninsula to the borders of Persia. This vast empire was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and traditions, all united under the banner of Rome. The legacy of the Roman Republic, with its blend of military might, political innovation, and cultural assimilation, continues to resonate through history, shaping the world we know today. The Roman Republic, forged in the fires of conquest and expansion, eventually gave way to the Roman Empire. Under the rule of emperors like Augustus, a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity dawned upon the Mediterranean world, known as Pax Romana. This golden age saw the flourishing of Roman arts, literature, and architecture. Grand structures like the Colosseum and Pantheon stand today as testaments to the empire's wealth and architectural genius. Roman law and governance became models for later civilizations. Their influence felt even centuries after the empire's demise. However, beneath the veneer of stability and prosperity, cracks began to appear in the empire's foundations. Centuries of constant warfare had taken their toll, weakening the once invincible legions. Political corruption, rampant among the ruling elite, eroded public trust and sapped the empire's vitality. Moreover, the vastness of the empire, once a symbol of its power, became a liability. Maintaining control over far-flung provinces proved increasingly challenging, leading to instability and revolts on the periphery. The seeds of decline had been sown, setting the stage for the empire's eventual collapse. Centuries after the fall of Rome, a new power emerged on the world stage, the British Empire. Fueled by the Industrial Revolution, Britain transformed itself from an island nation into a global behemoth, its influence spanning continents and shaping the destinies of nations. The Industrial Revolution, born on British soil, provided the engine for the empire's unprecedented growth. Technological innovations, particularly in textile manufacturing and steam power, propelled Britain to the forefront of global trade. The empire's ships, laden with manufactured goods, sailed across the globe, establishing commercial networks that spanned the world. Britain's economic might went hand in hand with its military power. The Royal Navy, unrivaled in its size and firepower, secured trade routes, protected British interests, and projected power across the globe. The Pax Britannica, a period of relative peace and stability, was enforced by the empire's naval dominance. From the Americas to Asia, the British Empire left an indelible mark on the world. Its language, laws, and institutions became deeply ingrained in its colonies, shaping their development for decades to come. The sun, it seemed, never set on the British Empire.